Let's go ahead and run up to the Villages, and we're going to talk to Richard. Richard, tell us what's going on.
Hey, Larry. Thanks for taking my call, and I enjoy your show very much. Listen every week. Listen, yesterday I was changing my engine air cleaner, and I took it all apart, right? And there's a hose, a big hose that comes from the engine into that compartment. And I looked in there, and I saw something in there, and I stuck my finger in it, and there was oil in it. Oil in the hose where the air, you know, coming from the air intake and going into the engine. Mm-hmm. Do you have any idea why there would be oil in there?
Well, yeah, a pretty good idea. Okay, so it says here that you got a 2012 Cadillac.
Right.
And let me ask you this, Richard. What oil are you running in this?
Whatever they put in the Cadillac place, they call it full synthetic. Probably not. I heard your show enough to know about that.
Yeah.
But see, I can't come to your shop. It's so far away.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that. This is what happens, and this is something that, you know, it's not just you. It's what the whole industry is plagued with. See, they want everybody to run these extremely thin motor oils. And what you are getting is most likely whatever bulk oil that particular dealer is buying and servicing these vehicles with. And it's probably a 20-weight oil because that's what the majority of them take. And what happens is these 20-weight oils are so thin that you get a lot of crankcase blow-by. And what it is, it's compression that actually bypasses the rings, and it goes into the crankcase, and it creates excessive pressure. And when it does this, it's actually pressurizing, and these pressurized crankcase vapors are actually going right into your intake system, right into the air cleaner system. And when this takes place, you know, the next thing you know, over time, you'll start winding up getting oil will actually start getting into the air filter itself. And there's companies out here that's went and they've devised these what they call catch cans that they can put in line in that crankcase tubing, you know, coming off of the engine going back into the air cleaner box. But that's just something to keep the air filter from getting wet. The problem is still existing. And see, Richard, all a person would really need to do is increase the oil viscosity that you're using. When you do that, let's say if they're using a 20 weight and you go to like a 530 or something like that oil, then what happens is you get the stronger oil film, and it'll actually help seal the rings up better, and will make the oil control rings on the pistons actually operate more efficiently. And that thicker film will allow the piston to come back down on a vacuum stroke without oil being bypassed right on into the top of the piston, and reduce the overall crankcase emissions coming out of the engine. But that's what's causing these problems. You know, it's every bit of it is all because the oil that they're trying to lubricate these vehicles with is just way too thin, especially here in Florida. You know, if you were to drive that vehicle up in Michigan or Alaska, you probably wouldn't even have noticed what you've seen there. But it's all because of the real thin oils that they're servicing your engine with. If it was me, you know, I would specify that they use absolutely nothing less than a 30 weight oil. You know, if they're running 20 weights in your car, which that one there, they're probably running like a 520 in it, which is just way too thin for that little motor that's in that car of yours. And if they switch to a 30 weight, that's going to just, you know, help improve everything. You know, you're going to have better oil pressure, you're going to have better engine protection, you're not going to have the crankcase emissions going back into the air cleaner box. And, you know, it's just, and this just isn't on yours. This is almost all vehicles here in Florida that are running 20 weight oils, you know, and it's a problem that we're plagued with, you know. And hopefully some of these manufacturers start wising up, you know. They try to get you to run these ultra thin oils to increase fuel economy can have lower emissions during cold start emissions testing, because the thinner oil represents a little bit of a lower oil pump drag, which results in a little bit of a lower exhaust emission during cold starts. But that's the only benefit. So you're trying to reduce emissions at the cost of your engine's life. So, individual's going to have to figure that out for himself. But if you go by the rule book with these and use the oils that these manufacturers state, especially if they're 16 or 20 weight oils, you're going to be following our directions at the cost of early engine life is what will be the final result. Richard, thank you so much for your call, and we're always here if you need a hand.